The sun, our source of life, it warms our planet, supports the growth of plants and animals, and provides the energy that sustains all living beings. But the sun also has a more menacing side, capable of releasing immense power that can be both awe-inspiring and terrifying. This power manifests as solar storms, which have the potential to disrupt our modern world in unimaginable ways. These storms can interfere with the very fabric of our technological society. Picture a world plunged into darkness, our technological lifelines cut off, our connection to the world around us suddenly severed. This isn't science fiction. It's a scenario that could become a reality if we are not prepared. It's a very real threat, and it's time we started paying attention. Scientists around the world are constantly monitoring the sun's activity, trying to predict and understand these powerful solar events. These storms originate from the sun's atmosphere, where powerful magnetic fields twist and coil, creating immense tension. When these fields snap and reconnect, they release massive bursts of energy and charged particles, sending shock waves through space. These eruptions, called coronal mass ejections, or CMEs, can travel at speeds of millions of miles per hour, carrying with them the potential for widespread disruption. The sheer speed and energy of these particles are staggering. While most CMEs miss Earth, some do collide with our planet's magnetic field, causing a cascade of effects. This interaction can trigger geomagnetic storms, disrupting radio communications, GPS systems, and even power grids. The impact on our daily lives could be profound, affecting everything from navigation to power supply. In our increasingly interconnected world, where technology underpins almost every aspect of our lives, the consequences of a major solar storm could be catastrophic. Our reliance on technology makes us vulnerable to these cosmic events. We've been fortunate so far. The solar storms we've experienced have been relatively minor, causing only temporary disruptions. While we've experienced minor solar storms throughout history, a truly devastating event has yet to occur in the modern era. The last major event, known as the Carrington event, happened in 1859, long before our dependence on technology, but our luck may not hold forever. Scientists warn that it's not a matter of if, but when, a major solar storm will strike. To understand the magnitude of the threat, we need to look back at a time when the sun unleashed its fury upon an unsuspecting Earth. The Carrington event serves as a stark reminder of the sun's potential to disrupt our world. The year was 1859. The world was on the brink of monumental change, yet still deeply rooted in the past. It was a different era. Horse-drawn carriages roamed the streets and gas lamps illuminated the night. Communication was through letters that took days or even weeks to arrive. Electricity was just beginning to emerge, and the telegraph was the pinnacle of communication technology. This innovation allowed messages to be sent across continents in minutes, revolutionizing connectivity. Then on September 1st, the sun unleashed a spectacular display of cosmic power. This event would be forever remembered in history. The Carrington event, named after the astronomer who observed it, remains the most powerful solar storm ever recorded. This massive burst of solar energy was unprecedented. Richard Carrington, an amateur astronomer, was sketching sunspots when he saw a blinding flash of light. This unexpected phenomenon would soon reveal the sun's hidden fury. This flash, a solar flare, was followed by a massive CME that sped towards Earth at an astonishing rate. The speed of this coronal mass ejection was unprecedented. When the CME hit Earth's magnetic field, it triggered an intense geomagnetic storm. The Earth's magnetic shield was bombarded by charged particles, causing widespread electrical disturbances. The effects were immediate and global. Telegraph systems, the lifeline of 19th century communication, were thrown into chaos. Telegraph systems, the internet of their day, went haywire. Messages were garbled and operators struggled to make sense of the erratic signals. Sparks flew from telegraph machines, shocking operators and starting fires. The very technology that had brought the world closer together was now a source of danger. Auroras, usually confined to polar regions, were visible as far south as the Caribbean and Hawaii. These dazzling displays of light were both beautiful and unsettling. The night sky glowed with an eerie, otherworldly light. People gazed in awe and fear, wondering what this celestial spectacle portended. The Carrington event, while disruptive, was a relatively minor inconvenience in 1859. Life soon returned to normal, and the event became a fascinating footnote in history. But it serves as a stark reminder of the sun's immense power and the potential consequences for our technologically dependent world. Today, our reliance on electricity and digital communication makes us far more vulnerable. If a similar event were to occur today, the impact would be far more severe. Our power grids, satellites, and communication networks could be crippled, plunging us into a modern-day dark age. The Carrington event is a testament to the delicate balance between human progress and the forces of nature. Jumping ahead to the 21st century, our reliance on technology has skyrocketed. We depend on a vast network of satellites, power grids, and communication systems, all susceptible to space weather. In 2012, we got a stark reminder of this vulnerability when a massive solar storm barely missed Earth. This close call, detected by NASA's Stereo spacecraft, was a serious wake-up call. Scientists believe this storm was as powerful as the Carrington event. If it had struck Earth, the impact would have been catastrophic. The 2012 event was a stark reminder that we are vulnerable to the sun's outbursts. It underscored the need to understand and prepare for space weather events, which can significantly affect our tech-dependent society. Although we dodged a bullet this time, the real question is not if, but when, the next major solar storm will hit. Our world is a complex web of interconnected systems, each one essential for the smooth functioning of our daily lives. From dawn to dusk, we rely on a sophisticated network of technology that underpins modern living. Power grids, communication networks, GPS satellites, all susceptible to the unseen forces of solar storms. These storms, originating from the sun, can emit powerful electromagnetic pulses that disrupt our fragile systems. This intricate network, a marvel of human innovation, is also a house of cards, vulnerable to collapse from a single well-placed gust of solar wind. The very systems that connect us can also be our greatest vulnerability. Picture a world without electricity. No lights, no refrigeration, no way to preserve food or medicine, no internet, no phones. Our daily routines would be disrupted and the conveniences we take for granted would disappear. Hospitals would struggle to function, unable to power life-saving equipment or maintain critical care. Transportation systems would come to a standstill, with trains, planes, and automobiles unable to operate. And our ability to communicate would be severely hampered, leaving us isolated and disconnected. The economic impact would be immense, potentially causing trillions of dollars in damage and lost productivity. Businesses would close, markets would crash, and the ripple effects would be felt worldwide. But the consequences go beyond inconvenience. The very fabric of our society would be tested. Food and water supplies would be disrupted, leading to shortages and potential unrest. People would scramble for basic necessities. Long lines at food distribution centers, protests over shortages, and community aid efforts would become common sights. Emergency services would be overwhelmed, struggling to respond to the cascading crises. Firefighters, police, and medical personnel would face unprecedented challenges. They would be working in the dark, both literally and figuratively, trying to manage the chaos. The fabric of our society, held together by the invisible threads of technology, could unravel with alarming speed. In a matter of hours, our world could be transformed, revealing just how fragile our modern existence truly is.